Choosing the perfect paint color for your entire home feels impossible, but finding 10 colors that actually work in every single room without looking boring or basic, that's where most people completely lose their minds. These 10 colors are my secret weapons, my paint color Swiss Army knives, if you will, and they'll transform your home from a confusing mess of mismatched rooms into a cohesive masterpiece that flows like butter. Whether you're painting one accent wall or doing a complete home makeover, these are the colors that will never let you down, never make you second guess yourself, and never leave you staring at your walls, wondering what the heck you were thinking. I've been in the design world for over 15 years now, and I've seen every paint disaster you can imagine. I've watched homeowners spend thousands on colors that looked amazing in the store, but turned their living room into what I can only describe as a sad beige prison. I've made these mistakes myself. Ask my husband about the time I painted our bedroom what I thought was a sophisticated sage green, but ended up looking like we were living inside a pickle jar. That's actually how I learned that lighting changes everything and why these 10 colors are so special. They're chameleons that adapt to whatever you throw at them. Let me start with number one, and this might surprise you because it's not your typical go-to neutral. Benjamin Moore's Hale Navy is a deep, sophisticated navy blue that works in literally every room of your house. Now, I know what you're thinking. Navy in a bathroom, navy in a kitchen. Trust me on this one. Hale Navy has this incredible ability to feel both dramatic and calming at the same time. In a living room, it creates this cocoon-like feeling that makes everyone want to sink into your sofa and never leave. In a bedroom, it's like sleeping under a starry sky every single night. The magic happens because this particular navy has subtle gray undertones that prevent it from feeling too nautical or overwhelming. I've used this color in tiny powder rooms where it makes the space feel intimate and luxurious, and I've used it in massive great rooms where it anchors all the furniture and makes everything else pop. The key with Hale Navy is that it plays beautifully with both warm and cool accents. Pair it with brass fixtures and warm wood for a cozy traditional feel, or go with chrome and white marble for something more modern and crisp. Number two is going to make you rethink everything you thought you knew about beige. Sherwin Williams. Accessible. Beige is not your grandmother's boring beige. This is beige with a backbone. It's got these subtle gray undertones that keep it from looking yellow or muddy, which is the death of most beige colors. Accessible beige works in every room because it's like that friend who gets along with everyone at the party. It's warm enough to feel cozy in a bedroom, neutral enough to let your kitchen cabinets shine, and sophisticated enough for a formal dining room. I love this color in open concept homes because it creates flow without being monotonous. The beauty of accessible beige is how it changes throughout the day. In morning light, it feels fresh and clean. In afternoon sun, it gets this gorgeous warm glow. And in evening lamplight, it becomes cozy and inviting. I've seen this color make small rooms feel larger and large rooms feel more intimate, which is basically magic in paint form. It's also one of those colors that photographs beautifully. So if you're someone who loves sharing your home on social media, this one's a winner. Moving on to number three, and this one's a bit of a sleeper hit, Benjamin Moore Classic Gray. I mentioned this color earlier, but I need to dive deeper because it's honestly one of the most versatile colors I've ever worked with. Classic gray is what happens when you take the best parts of gray and white and blend them into something that's neither boring nor stark. It has these subtle violet undertones that sound scary but are actually genius. They prevent the color from turning yellow in warm light or looking cold and institutional in cooler light. I've used classic gray in everything from modern minimalist lofts to traditional colonial homes, and it works every single time. In a kitchen, it makes white cabinets look crisp and clean. In a bedroom, it creates this serene backdrop that works with any bedding color you can imagine. The reason classic gray works in every room is that it's essentially a chameleon. It takes on the personality of whatever you put with it. Pair it with black accents and it feels dramatic. Add natural wood and it becomes warm and organic. Throw in some colorful art and it becomes the perfect neutral backdrop that lets everything else shine. Number four is going to challenge everything you think you know about white paint. Faro and balls pointing is an off-white that's so much more interesting than regular white, but still neutral enough to work everywhere. Pointing has this incredible depth that comes from its subtle gray and beige undertones. It's like white paint that went to finishing school. In bright, sunny rooms, pointing prevents that harsh, sterile feeling that pure white can create. In darker rooms, it reflects light beautifully without looking flat or chalky. I love using pointing in bathrooms because it feels clean and spa-like, but I've also used it in cozy reading nooks where it creates this soft, enveloping feeling. The magic of pointing is that it works with literally any other color. It makes bold colors look more sophisticated, it makes other neutrals look more intentional, and it makes metallics absolutely sing. It's also perfect for trim, ceilings, and built-ins, so you can use it throughout your home in different ways without it feeling repetitive. Let's talk about number 5, which is Sherwin-Williams Agreeable Gray, and despite its popularity, it earned its reputation for a good reason. Agreeable Gray is like the golden retriever of paint colors, friendly, reliable, and loved by everyone. It's a warm gray that leans slightly beige, which means it works in both traditional and contemporary settings. What makes Agreeable Gray so special is its ability to look different in different lighting conditions while always looking good. In north-facing rooms that get cooler light, it warms things up without looking yellow. In south-facing rooms with lots of warm light, it stays balanced and sophisticated. I've used this color in entire homes where every room flows seamlessly into the next, but I've also used it as a connecting color in hallways and transitional spaces. The reason it works in every room is that it's neutral enough to let your furniture and decor be the stars, but it has enough personality to keep things from feeling bland. It's also one of those colors that makes decorating easier. Almost every color looks good with Agreeable Gray, which means you can change your decor with the seasons or your mood without having to repaint. Number 6 is going to surprise you because it's definitely not a neutral. But hear me out. Sherwin-Williams Sea Salt is a soft blue-green that somehow manages to work in every room of the house. Sea salt has this incredible ability to feel both calming and energizing at the same time. In a bedroom, it creates this peaceful, spa-like atmosphere that makes you want to take deep breaths and relax. In a kitchen, it feels fresh and clean without being cold. The secret to sea salt's versatility is in its gray undertones. They keep it from being too blue or too green, which means it plays well with a huge range of other colors. I've seen sea salt work beautifully with warm wood tones, crisp white trim, and even bold accent colors. It's also one of those colors that changes dramatically with the light. Sometimes it looks more blue, sometimes more green, sometimes almost gray, which keeps it interesting and prevents it from ever feeling boring. The key with sea salt is understanding that it's going to look different in every room based on the lighting and what you pair it with, but it will always look good. Moving to number 7, we have Benjamin Moore Revere Pewter, which is basically the holy grail of greige colors. Revere Pewter is what happens when gray and beige have a baby, and that baby grows up to be incredibly sophisticated and versatile. It's warm enough to feel cozy, but cool enough to feel contemporary, which is why it works in literally every style of home. In traditional homes, Revere Pewter feels timeless and elegant. In modern homes, it provides the perfect neutral backdrop for clean lines and bold accents. What I love about this color is how it changes throughout the day. In morning light, it feels fresh and clean. In afternoon sun, it gets this beautiful warm glow. And in evening light, it becomes cozy and intimate. I've used Revere Pewter in open concept homes where it creates cohesion between different spaces, and I've used it in individual rooms where it provides the perfect backdrop for colorful furniture and art. The reason it works everywhere is that it's complex enough to be interesting, but neutral enough to be versatile. Number 8 is Beige Swiss Coffee, and this is hands down one of the best warm whites on the market. Swiss coffee has just enough creaminess to feel cozy and inviting without ever looking yellow or dingy. It's got this incredible depth that becomes more apparent in natural light, where it takes on this soft, welcoming glow that makes every room feel like a hug. What makes Swiss coffee so versatile is how it adapts to whatever you pair it with. Put it with black accents, and it feels crisp and modern. Pair it with natural wood, and it becomes warm and rustic. Add some brass fixtures and marble, and it reads as elegant and sophisticated. I love using Swiss coffee in kitchens because it makes everything look clean and fresh, but I've also used it in bedrooms where it creates this serene, peaceful atmosphere. It's also perfect for trim, ceilings, and built-ins, which means you can use it throughout your home in different applications. The beauty of Swiss coffee is that it's an off-white that actually feels warm and welcoming rather than stark and cold. Number 9 is going to make you fall in love with green all over again. Benjamin Moore Palladian Blue is technically a blue-green, but it reads as a soft, sophisticated sage green that works in absolutely every room. Palladian Blue has this incredible ability to feel both timeless and current at the same time. It's got enough gray in it to keep it from being too bold or overwhelming, but enough color to keep things interesting. In a living room, it creates this calming, sophisticated atmosphere that makes everyone want to relax and stay a while. In a bedroom, it's like sleeping in a peaceful garden every night. What I love about Palladian Blue is how it works with both warm and cool color palettes. Pair it with warm brass and natural wood for a cozy, organic feel, or go with cool chrome and white marble for something more contemporary. It's also one of those colors that photographs beautifully, which is a bonus if you love sharing your space on social media. The key with Palladium Blue is understanding that it's going to look different in different lighting conditions, but it will always look sophisticated and calming. And finally, number 10, which might be the most versatile color on this entire list, Sherwin-Williams Pure White. Now, I know what you're thinking. White is boring, white is basic, white is what you choose when you can't make a decision. But Pure White is different. It's a true white without any yellow, pink, or gray undertones, which means it works with absolutely everything. Pure white is like a blank canvas that lets everything else in your room be the star. It makes colors look more vibrant, it makes textures more interesting, and it makes spaces feel larger and brighter. I love pure white in small spaces because it maximizes light and makes everything feel more open. I also love it in large spaces because it creates this clean, sophisticated backdrop that never competes with your furniture or art. The beauty of pure white is its simplicity. It's not trying to be anything other than the perfect neutral backdrop for your life. It works in modern homes, traditional homes, and everything in between. It's also perfect for trim, ceilings, and built-ins, which means you can use it throughout your home to create cohesion and flow. Here's the thing about these 10 colors. They're not just beautiful, they're strategic. Each one has been tested in real homes, in real lighting conditions, with real families living their real lives. They're the colors that work when you're rushing to get ready for work in the morning and when you're winding down with a glass of wine in the evening. They're the colors that make your home feel like home, not like a magazine spread that's too perfect to actually live in. The secret to using these colors successfully is understanding that paint color is just one piece of the puzzle. The lighting in your room, the furniture you choose, the art on your walls, even the flooring. Everything works together to create the overall feeling of your space. These 10 colors are special because they play well with others. They're team players that make everything else in your room look better. When you're choosing between these colors, think about the feeling you want to create in your space. Do you want something that feels cozy and intimate? Go with Hale Navy or Revere Pewter. Do you want something that feels fresh and clean? Try Swiss Coffee or Pure White. Do you want something that feels calming and spa-like? Sea Salt or Palladian Blue might be your answer. The beauty of having 10 versatile options is that you can choose based on your personal style and the specific needs of your space. Remember, paint color is one of the most affordable ways to completely transform your home. For the cost of a nice dinner out, you can change the entire feeling of a room. These 10 colors take the guesswork out of that transformation. They're your insurance policy against paint regret. Your guarantee that you'll love your walls not just today, but years from now when trends have changed and your style has evolved. So whether you're painting one room or your entire house, whether you're a first-time homeowner or you've been through this process a dozen times, these 10 colors will never let you down. They're the colors that work with your life, not against it. They're the colors that make your home feel like the best version of itself. And honestly, isn't that what we all want?